Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. We appreciate you. And very, very much help. We want to say thank you. We want to wish you a happy holidays in there. And we appreciate your feedbacks. We appreciate your questions. And we appreciate you that you're here. Today we're going to be talking about healthy interdependence in there. We're going to give you kind of like this examples in there, what the interdependence is, and hopefully this is going to be helping you in there, and particularly that you allowing and you giving a freedom to your partner to do the things that they are supposed to do by you're next to them. That is it. Part of the cooperation, not codependency, but the cooperations. And we are going to be talking about this. It's a very beautiful topic. It's a very beautiful thing. And hopefully, this is going to be helping some of you within the journey, understanding in there with this, because that is going to be help you to flow and understand the energies the way they are and so forth. So we'll be happy if you have any questions, guys. You can ask at any time. And with that being said, I'm going to be giving you Paulina, so she's going to take care of it.
Yeah, I was trying to put myself in the center a little bit. I don't know which way I should turn, but I think
Uh,
here
yeah,
I'm
there
gonna
you
be more
go.
in the center. Um, yeah, it came to us since we are right now again separate, so we have time to rethink what we are doing with our journeys, and also see how we can still make it work so we don't feel like we are leaving out our private parts or our individual parts of this journey, because based on what we've experienced so far, the connection is not really asking us, and also other couples, of course, to completely merge and change your viewpoint from me being a whole individual being to me being a part of something. And yes, you're trying to create something here, but you still have your own personal things to achieve, because yes, we are soulmates, we try to do things together here, but also certain parts of your soul are meant to do something here and something different here in this lifetime. So you're going to be asked to manage those different things, and the connection will be, of course, telling you if you're not neglecting some of those parts that cannot be fulfilled by you being in a relationship with your partner. Those are your own parts that you are, for whatever reason, you chose here to achieve. And it's really good if your partner can understand that and will be also supporting you in going there, going this road, without maybe some fears that, oh my god, am I being left out in here. It's just really about seeing as we may have our individual goals, but we can still support each other. Because, of course, on the way, there will be this bigger part that's going to be revealed. But I think until it happens, really, you're going to have a certain things to accomplish here, because it brings you to the certain level to be able to meet this next steps that are being revealed. So those are the main things we're going to be discussing here. And again, like, if you have something to share from your own experience that matches this topic, we are always happy to read about it and discuss here in the chat. So, and that's the introduction from me.
Yeah, the introduction here for me, it is about getting it even after the introduction. It is about, first of all, when are you getting ignited? I'm going to get you back into the point zero, okay? Point zero is that when you realize the truth, okay? You are asking so many things in the material world, you are asking so many things in there, and all of a sudden you begin to be awakened. And now, since you are awakened in there, you beginning to operate from this, learning how to cooperate and how to be in this mingling interdependence within the energies. Because right now, last night, even though I spoke about this with someone in there, we talk about the part of the interdependence that is misunderstood. Okay. In the 3D life, in there, you are mine, she is mine, you gotta be where I'm supposed to be. You're going to be all the time with me. It kind of like you taking the partner as a kind of like a treating in a way as a something that it belongs to you. It must be next to you. It has to be doing what it's for you, and so forth and so forth. While you're beginning to awakening, you're understanding the proper energies in there, particularly when you're getting into the relationships. With this, your perspective is beginning to change. And at that perspective, what is beginning to change in there is properly understanding of the interdependence. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for the comments up here. And here is the truth that is going to be helping a lot of you with this interdependence is not to suffocate your partner. Okay. What it's mean that they have things to do on their own. They don't have to be 24/7 with you. It's the same thing that a lot of the people on the twin flames journey, they have the twin flame constantly 24/7 on their mind, all the time thinking and so forth. That it's not healthy because that way you are kind of like suffocating your own self, but also you trying to take them as a 100% within them. While the interdependence is about the 50% from the one person with the 50% of the other person, and that's how you're making it the whole in there. Can that be even more when they both participate within this and given more within the 50%? What's that happening in there? Okay, you need to understand the difference between I sacrifice myself to do things to the difference with I am cooperating to the things for us. So you're going to be having this purging challenges in there, but it also on the other side, you cannot ask your partner to do something for you when they have not complete their personal things that they need to do. Because that way you're going back into the old paradigm is like I'm controlling you. You are my wife, you are my girlfriend, you are my twin flame, you're my soulmate. You're supposed to be constantly with me. No, it's not. And this is the interdependence is giving the freedom to your partner to breathe within the energy, to complete their own personal things that they came here for. Yes, they have a things they need to do with you, but they also have a things they need to do on their own. And when you take the time, the attentions, and the energies from your partner, you are not give them to complete this, and all of a sudden, this energy is in there. Particularly, we're talking about if you look at it from the point of standing of karmic partnership in there. This is where the karma begins to not be worked out and start creating some issues. Okay. While here, as an advanced human being of understanding of of the interdependence in there, you're learning the cooperation. I need to do this. Okay, you go ahead do that. I'll meantime, I'm going to be doing something what I need to do on my own. And that is you still have your independence, while the interdependence, it is about this unifications processes inside of you that you and your partner working it together. That way, you have synchronizations within your personality, but at the same time, you have synchronizations that's happening within the relationships in there. It is a very beautiful because you don't have the stress, you don't have the things, you know what is going on, and the freedom in there. Right now, you're understanding that your partner sits next to you when you are doing your personal things that you need to do in there. And that is the support of the partner. That means supportive partner in there. Okay. It's not like you are demanding from your partner constantly supporting you. Okay. That is a codependency. You're demanding something from them. While the cooperation isn't there, is like they understand your needs, they come in and they help you on their own. It's the same way you help them when you're understanding what they need to do. And part of that is to give them the freedom to accomplish personal things they need to accomplish within themselves. And a lot of people within the twin flame and soulmates in spiritual relationships, they don't do that. They have this, uh, but you have to be with me. You must be with me. And this is one of the leftover energies that you came from this 3D mentality perspective. And when you clean that in there within you, you're going to be finding very beautiful power of love, the way it works into the 3D that it comes in within cooperations there. So, yeah. So, baby, back to you.
Mhm. No, it comes to me that there are different pieces to it because, you know, we were talking right now a little bit from the psychological perspective, why we have to give each other space and just trust each other that we are, even if we may have some certain projects to do on our own, it's not because we need to withdraw from the relationship. It's more like the whole situation and the connection is asking us to regroup a little bit. And this is part of this healing those leftovers of attachments towards certain people. Because we were talking several times that the moment you will start believing or sensing that you would not be able to continue the journey on your own, because we still may be falling into the old patterns, and you have to make sure that you're not falling back. Like you still feel like, okay, the journey is really taking me as long as it's needed with this specific person, but I'm still ready at any point to continue, and I can do my own things on my own. So this is the only way to really prove to yourself, especially for people who have issues with their independence and they are afraid that if you're going into intense connection you may lose your independence. That's the only way to make yourself sure that no, it's not going to happen, because you still have your own space. You know, you have your thing that is only for you. Like some people need that, and I see that even I need those kind of my private things that only I am supposed to work on. Of course we can share, you give me support, but I need to kind of feel that this is my space where I can withdraw, I can process the energies. Because that was coming to me as well, that you know, when you're engaged with these connections and you have this third energy flowing because you maintain it, there is certain times that you really need to withdraw and you need to process that on your own. It's like you're supplying the source of energy to you, but in order to properly process that and not create any stagnations, I would say, because that's how it feels, you need to make sure that you give it enough space, enough mental, um, also mental space, I would say, because you need that. Those are the moments that the universe may be even collaborating with you to create the separation, so-called like physical separation. You will be wondering, oh my god, do we have to be separate again? But the way I see it, this is a given from the universe for you. That's the space that you wouldn't maybe normally create it, because we don't have those habits. We as a humans, once we get together with someone, we would like to spend like the whole time because it feels so natural, you feel so safe. So we are creating this comfort zone for each other. But if there wouldn't be any separations of this sort, there would be those stagnations in energy, so you wouldn't benefit in the most optimal way. So that's why you're being asked to go to your cave, and your partner also may be asked to go to their cave and just try to reconsider the connection, maybe think about the connection, learn to appreciate the connection. Because sometimes that's why you need to have a distance from this, just to see, okay, this is really valuable experience, and not take those things for granted. Because that's what also happens when we are getting ignited, right? Like we feel like, oh my god, it's gonna last forever and I don't even have to do anything because it was given to me. And this is very improper thing to do. Like we need to remember, like this takes work and effort, but in a good way, right? Like you need to work it out and maintain it. So that's on this point of energetic dynamic. Like why do we really need to be separate for a while? And that's maybe for everyone who is really engaged with some connection that seems to be balanced, seems to be equal, but still there are some moments that they need to be physically separate.
Mhm. Um, I love the way the point that you put that out in there. Talking about like during the ignition, you think that things are given to you. What has been given to you is the knowledge of how to do it. And a lot of the people they are mistaking that when you're on a soul connection is like, okay, they're mine. They belong to me. I'm gonna have it without doing it, the work in there. And this is a lot of the mistakes people don't understand about this interdependence in there to go back for, because as I said, and I said it many times in there, people read the front page. People look at it, the energy, one of the awakening is, oh, she or he is my twin flame, he or she is my soulmate, my divine partner, and so on. In there, without processing those energies, without doing the work. And here is that when the awakening begin, it is giving you the informations of how, why you have to do it. And one of those things is going to be about this, particularly about the interdependence, because you're understanding that the interdependence gives a strength, cooperation, a proper mental process within the both partners, within the connection and outside of the connection, what is creates this wholeness in there. And with this inter connections that it's coming in there, with this, as you said, that's totally properly in there. People think that it is being given, okay, and then I have to have it. It must be happening because the divine told me so. Divine told you how to do it, how to achieve it. And most of the people don't achieve this, and they have these situations in there. Hi, Karen. Thank you for being here. Does it feel like time for the self study or own life lessons? It is. It is both in there, because what happens is in the intercourse in there, okay, and the interdependence, you are challenging in there yourself how you cooperate. See, right there in that interdependence, there is no my space, there is no my things, there is no my situations. It is about me. That is us positions. But inside of it, outside of that, there is this my stuff, my positions, my situation, because it's the outside of the interdependence. Okay, not to losing your own personality in there, not to do all this. You also have to process your situations is in there. And this is how you learn yourself, okay, to go ahead and produce that unification process in there for the us part for it. Okay. So you are doing the both self-study by you withdraw within your own self, and you are doing the study within the connection. If you understand the primary purpose of why your connections is there, it is about to help you to improve, upgrade, troubleshoot, and so forth your own personality in there. And then when you do that in there, you understand what is your thing, and you understand what is your partner is. And you're okay when your partner withdraw from the us part because they have to process something within them, and you are right next to them. You're not abandon them. You're not do. You just understand and you practice it. You're doing it in there. Okay. And when your partner is free, they value the us interdependence, and they value the cooperation in there. And they see what they need to adjust. So this us part to be a much better. You naturally adjusting into that, but that's going to trigger everything that you are given for culture, religions, personality, ego, and so forth and so forth. Still going to be working on that. That's what it's needing, that energies in there. That's what is needed you to look within yourself. And with that being processed as a balloon said, going to my cave or me going into my cave, it allows us to see a much clearer, better perspectives of what we need to do, how it needs to be done, and so forth, and a based of the cooperation. Okay, you begin to be clearing patterns inside of you in there for, because if you have to sacrifice in there, I'm sacrificing my own things for you until you don't feel good about it. Okay. You should not never ask your partner to sacrifice for you. Okay. You should never done that with him. And this is one of those moments when you're realizing you are giving a freedom to yourself, but also to your partner that turning to the most beautiful cooperations of love. Okay. I mean, that's what is for me kind of like helping you out in there. But you are practicing within the putting the emotions, the energies, the spirituality, the new developed culture you have within you, because you're also developing culture of that us part, but also you develop yourself and your personality. Great question, by the way, Karen. Thank you so much. In there, hi Sri. Thank you for the comment in there. So back to you, baby.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Karen. Hi, Shri. Welcome to the chat. Mm, yeah, I will just comment also on what Karen asked. It does feel like time given for a little bit of self study, but also that's the main purpose. The way I see it is like, okay, are you okay to still continue study on your own? Because like that's one of the things like we are just learning to live in this two realities at the same time, because this old paradigm would be trying to put two people together and just make them be with themselves with each other all the time, and just becoming more and more similar and more familiar. And since those connections are really magnetic, right, like especially when things are going well, because that's what we all wanted to achieve, right, like as a twin flames, it's a little bit of a trap because it's such a big comfort zone that there needs to be this refreshments, there needs to be something new and something that will be keeping you different than your partner. Like that's the only way to create this healthy dynamic in which we are not just merging into one and there is nothing new that's going on within the connection. So that's why we will be given different gifts and different area of interest. It's not like you have to become like a real twin, because that's what I noticed also what's happening initially when you're getting connected with your twin flame. You may feel like you're really like the two copies of each other. That's why they call it as the twin flames, and people will be putting that perspective. But in this later stages, as you see and you detach from this human version of the twin flame experience, you will be given another chance to meet this twin flame energy. But this time it's not going to be as obvious, because this time, the next time, after out after surrendering really to the journey and being able to accept this energy any way it will want to manifest, you will be given this, yes, that's gonna be your twin, energetic twin, but it's gonna be a little bit different. There, don't expect this person to be exactly the same in 3D, and it's not to make things harder. It's giving you the chance to evolve, because imagine how much you can evolve when you're just with a copy of yourself. Things would be just too similar. So the way I see it, what happens after, you have this energetic blueprint that you have equal and the same, or in the soul level you're the same, but then those 3D differences on a human level, they will be worked out. So it's like a natural process of becoming more and more similar to each other, even on a human level. But there needs to be a source of something new, something different, and something separate, just to kind of provide the source of something that it still provides a room of for expansion. That's how I see it. And that's why you're being asked to go on your own little journey and just maybe learn something new, something completely different. Like Dio is doing astrology, but yes, I follow astrology, but I know I have something else that is for me. So we are still supporting each other with those things, with our gifts, but we don't try to make everything together. And I think this is really precious, because it kind of goes a little bit against this common paradigm that once you connect, you just have to do everything together. And that's how it feels like, reminding yourself to that you're still like a single being here. You're just choosing to have someone next to you to join you and have also some common goal.
Yeah. Thank you, babe. That was a good one. Uh, it's just when you were talking and right now, it hit me down that to remind you that within the interdependence, you're solving two things. Don't forget that in the laws of karma, of things that you need to do here, okay? You have a personal karma, you have a relationship karma, you have a city karma, you have a country karma, you have a earth karma, you have a universe, something to do with all this. So here you're beginning to understand the proper path that you cannot interfere in your partner personal karma. That is going to be the part of the interdependence. Let's say, like as Paulina said, she doesn't have to learn the astrology. She doesn't have to. She's a great learner. I gotta tell you that she knows, and she's coming and she's looking at them there, but she does it on her own, right? I'm not forcing it. I'm not putting her to like we have to do everything, absolutely everything together. This is a little bit of BS in a way because that way you're suffocating the person because when your partner comes into you have to do everything with me together and there, but you're supposed to work on that personal karma situations. Guess what? You create so much conflict within the energies, you won't be able to. When you understanding that also your partner has a personal karma they need to do, you are understanding that portions of not everything has to be done together but you're allowing the person to breathe within the energies. They don't have to constantly breathe with you. When there is a time for you, for that us part, there is a time for us part. When there is a time for everyone to do their own things, there is a time for doing their own things in there. And when you're beginning to understand, you're developing the third energy that goes around within the interdependence. That third energy is that puts you together in there you're going to be understanding all this from that and you seeing it and that's going to give you the freedom within you see you're going to be allowing to give the freedom within yourself but also you love your partner to give them the freedom of love within them and then the stresses goes out the pressures goes out the intensity energies goes out and so forth and you finding the beauty of the interdependence. Okay. Because you all cooperate. The independence part cooperate with the interdependence part. And then you will find the real reason in there for the connection to that, what puts you together, what helps you, how the growth happen, and so forth. Then you're going to realize I'm not sacrificing, cooperating. And
Mhm.
then is going to change this perspective of sharing, cooperating, being together, what it's actually really mean to be together. It's going to improve your lifestyle. It's going to improve in there. So, hi Petra. She said, comment very true. Lorna, embrace your individual journey. Have fun with all that. Yes, you have to embrace it, your
Mhm.
personal and your interdependence journey in there. Karen has a question. Could you say that you have one goal as a twin and two different paths in life, which can be combined? Um, Actually, the goal, if you look at it, the goal actually is already set. But most of the people don't realize that. Most of the people, the goal for them is something. The goal actually becomes the evolution. Okay. This is what's going to be the ultimately, when you look at it after this awakening and processing in there, your goal is going to be the evolution, how you advanced, how you ascend in there. And then that energy of ascension that it's going to comes in is going to determining in there the paths. They are not two different paths. They are actually three paths: hers, mine, and the combined. Okay, where they all cooperate. There is no separation. Then you're going to be understanding what the union is. We are all one. But here, what happened in your temple up here, okay? It is about, are you realizing this? Are you processing this from within? Okay, because the ego can comes in and creates all these separations. It's like two different paths, two different situations, this goal, that goal, and so forth and so forth. While your soul, your spirit, that it comes in and there, it puts all these paths, their union. You will understand the union as it is, not what you thought it is going to be, not your programming to yourself, not what you out there, you read about out there. So many people saying what the union is without really properly investigate it, study yourself, and study together with your partner. But your partner study on their own within themselves. But the union is there. Okay. So this is a very good because you find all those paths in there. They're all one. And then you understand your individual paths with the combined paths, it's a one path. Okay.
Mhm.
And this is going to be a very beautiful when you process it with you. It's going to take your time. Don't be a harsh on yourself. Number one, don't be a harsh also in your partner there. Okay. That is in a part of the freedom. Okay. You love them and you love them. They have personal needs. They have a personal situations. They have something they want to achieve personally in life. And this is why you removing the demand. You see, a lot of the twin flames, they continue demanding from their twin flame to do something for them. Yeah. So that is a, yes, Karen, it's a one union, exactly. But your process it, you are understanding this interdependence from very high ascended level in there within you. So hopefully
Mhm.
that helps you guys with this. I mean, darling, you have something to say. I can feel it.
Yeah, I was thinking about those different paths, and it's just maybe just to bring it back, like before you even connect with your, let's say, next soul connection, or just really enter this path that you're working on your union. Um, just keep in mind that all of your journey is being orchestrated and organized together with energy. So even before you meet some person, you already started engaging with those energies. If your life was going in the proper direction and you could feel it because you removed the resistance and you were in the state of flow, that means that you're just really a proper vessel for those energies. So the source energies are really already flowing through you and helps you to co-create. So then, if you're getting connected with someone, I really believe that the other person can also benefit if they remove resistance of this certain path that you've created for yourself. Because it's still, as long as the source energy is included in there, like you have those capabilities to co-create, and your partner who is able to tap into this field, they can also co-create for them within the same path. So that's how I believe, even though it may seem that our individual paths, they are going totally different directions, I believe that we can work them out in both locations at the same time. So I can benefit from the individual journey as Dio felt and was being called. It doesn't mean that I have to go against. It asks me to adjust and just maybe reconsider and think big how I can fit into this his picture without compromising my own internal or individual path I have in my own field. And the same way, if Tio is able or willing to expand his vision, he really can benefit from this path that was unfolded in front of me. So you see, it's not really compromising, and that was a little bit almost like a trap. And I'm very happy that we kind of stepped back to see it from the bigger perspective, because we were close to this becoming a victim of this really paradigm, what the union really means. It just get together as soon as possible and just don't go against everything and everyone. No, it's the intuition will be still guiding you to create your own path. Don't try to follow what other people are saying or what you think the union will need to look like, because it's coming strongly right now that it's the source energy. It's not like one definite spot on the planet. It's just really, it's giving you the opportunity to expand, meaning think that you really can work on several different projects, different multiple locations, and as long as you remove the resistance, you're allowing yourself the way to show this picture, how it's going to be co-created without you needing to sacrifice your own individual journey and your partner as well. You can work them out. But so that's how this joint path will be emerging. And it may look a little bit like complicated. Oh my God, it doesn't match the standard way how people do things, but they can be worked out, and it's going to be really beneficial for both. That's how I see that. It's not choosing one path over the other. They can all merge nicely, but you need to really maybe remove this urge to resist any scenario that can unfold, and just put off this oh, I know how it's gonna be, I know because I feel it. No, sometimes you can feel something that it's too shallow, it's too small. So that's why you have to withdraw and see how the path will be guiding you, and your 3D situation will be showing you, because it will be clearly shown that some things will start unfolding one way and the other path can feel a bit stagnant, like waiting to be ready, and maybe a little bit later in time. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, very good job, baby. Talking about this resistance, what Paulina was talking about this, you're going to go through this resistance. Your resistance is going to be there. That I saw the vision for us from my own point of view, from my own point of needs, from my own way that I think you should, and that's what we should do. And you are resisting to evolve and to change. You see, that resistance creates a pain. You're experiencing this in there in a karmic relationship. Oh, I do everything and so forth, and I don't get anything back, and so and forth. You're resisting to understand something more. The resistance of evolution is going to be asking you to step back and see from the bigger perspective, because in that beautiful relationship, you cannot resist stuff, because the more you hold on to something, you're resisting against the evolution. And that's what the things is not working the way you should and the way it properly is. So the twin flame evolutions that it's coming in towards you, and there is going to be asking you to stop resisting. Okay, my own vision, my own way. What is that? That is the leftovers from the ego in there, while you understand that, okay, my partner has his own things. I have my own things. That's not an ego. I have to look within this. Now I have to look at it within us. So when you have these plans that you projecting within yourself for it, uh, how the future is going to be, those plans you want to execute them because they're coming too strong. But they can be created from your ego. They can be created from your vision instead of focus on the reality as it is. And you're going to be resisting to those the changes of what it is. And you don't have to do all this within yourself, because that's how you create tensions within the connection. You create a tensions. You're putting me part within us part. Your me part trying to take over the us part. And this is why most of the people who are in this spiritual connections and awakening there and dealing with the double personality from within, because of your twin is connecting in your subconscious with yourself and the consciousness in there, that's what you start creating issues. But when you stop the resisting, you stop adapting, you stop to change, you start developing yourself. You're evolving in there. You're learning a new paths. And that learning, when it comes in towards you, you evolve. And it doesn't match anything you ever knew, right? It doesn't match anything you ever knew, because you're learning the path of the interdependence union. Okay. And you learning what unifications means by preserving personality and keep that us part at the same time within a one giant bubble zone with the universe in there. Okay. So basically, picture that like this is one atom with two electrons. They are moving. Okay, that center of the atom, it is us. The two electrons are the personalities, and they're spinning around and they're evolving, and they keep this movement of energies in you. So there is nothing new. You just didn't put it on that perspective of this. So,
Mhm.
excuse me. It's- All right. Any questions, guys? Anything that you want to be?
Yeah,
Mm.
if not, I would like to just also add with regards to visions, if the more you deal with those energies, like everyone will start getting visions, and you can also think that your partner is also getting visions. So then it's gonna be a little bit of clash because you don't really know what is this reality that tries to manifest and why it's coming to you that strongly and why it's coming to your partner strongly. And those are just two completely different visions because they don't seem to match. So we were talking, even taking back to this experience, how people are having experiences in 5D, but they cannot manifest here with regards to their twin flame experience. The best way is just to really allow those things to come. And the way they want to manifest, when and if they will be manifesting. Because this is a little bit of lesson for patience, but also for this humility, just to wait for those things to come and manifest because you may be getting the visions from the reality that won't be manifesting right now. And you're just clinging and just programming yourself to this certain vision. And just because you cannot imagine yourself in different scenario, this scenario cannot create or cannot really manifest here. So that it really ties to this big picture of our journey here. If you cannot put some certain openness with regards to the current belief systems, if you will be putting a cap on your belief systems or on the reality or what is possible and how things should look like, those new things that are supposed to be manifesting, they cannot because you just didn't put it to your field. So that's why it always it's good to stay open, and it doesn't really mean only with regards to relationship, your twin flame experience. You have to always think broadly and think that there are things that you don't understand, there are things that's going to be new, and you just need to give it a time and space to manifest. Don't put any blocks because that's we are very good in creating the blocks and for those things that are meant to be created and co-created with us because it's just because of our own resistance because we think we know how things are supposed to be. So that's one of I'm reminding that because for many people this is this obstacle why they cannot get to the next stage of their twin flame experience is because they programmed themselves and they believe that there is only one or there is certain way or the union has to be this way, not that way, because everyone seems to be going this way. So really staying open and curious, I would say, is the key. Mm.
Exactly. And here, what I want to give you kind of like a little perspective in there. Of the moment when you realize your partner has to do something on their own, what are you going to be choosing? To support them, to understand them, or put that your programming in there? You need to look at it inside of you, where that programming is coming from. Because sometimes the visions, this kind of like energies that are coming towards you, they may be going to come from the collective. They may be coming from someone who has their own vision about you, how you should be. You may be sensing energy of somebody else. So in all this, you're going to be also feeling the energies of the evolution that it's coming, and she's going to be challenging everything of that. And when the evolution comes in to challenge you within that moment, you're going to realizing the reality as it is in there. You're going to be questioning every energy that it comes to you. Is that it's coming from me? Is that it coming from an outside? Is that it coming from someone that puts that energy towards me? You're going to be able to feel all this, okay? Because right now you are sensing all those energies, all right? But when you look at it and you communicate with your partner in there, you're sharing, dreams, you're sharing things, so forth there. Things happens naturally. Don't force them. You need to understand if you're forcing something in any relationship, it's not a relationship, it's a control, level of control. When you force your own things into the relationship, basically you put the me part into us part. Okay. And this is why this us party fails because the me part is more than the us part. So that's how it goes. For but when you advancing in there, you're beginning to understand how beautiful this journey is. You're learning that interdependence. You're learning how your partner doesn't abandon you. They need space and time to do something. You understand that whatever you thought as a vision, how it's supposed to be, your partner has things to need to do, not like your vision of what they should do. Okay. At the same time, your partner understand what you need to do. And there is no abandonment. You're healing the abandonment issue. You're healing the codependency issues. Okay. You're healing your bloodlines. You see, this is what you don't see the most of the time. Our positiveness in there. And the evolution is coming. It says, like, good job. Keep going more. I'll give you what you need to fix next. Asking this progressions that it's coming in. And that's why you think that the goal is something to achieve here. And the goal that you need to achieve here is exactly the evolution, whatever that will be as evolution. But the first evolution is learn how to be an interdependence, because that understanding of how to be an interdependence and keep your personality at the same thing, everything is one and in union. This is the cross border that you're actually practicing this. You're gonna know first in your soul. It came from your spirit, but then it has to be processed by your mind. What do you have in there? You have experience from the past for what you've been living for. You have the knowledge from other examples, right? But the new energy comes as a download and it's like, oh, this is not right. I have to change. And this is that if you don't change, you don't progress, you don't evolve. You're basically running from it. You're running from the most precious thing, that evolution. And she's telling you, I can make your life beautiful. Okay. But you need to remove your way, your visions.
Hmm.
And when you cooperate with the partner, you're understanding the partner and all this, things begin magically open up in a more even beautiful way you imagine. You saw in this vision. But
Hmm.
it's going to take some time to process this.
Yeah, that's the point. That if people can remember those main points on their journey, most of those things like decisions that were made or some changes that were made or some adjustments or any really big change on your journey, most of the time they just come, the ones that are really giving the best results and best outcomes, they are not the ones that you imagine them certain way. It's just those are, you may have three certain scenarios you wanted to do certain thing, but the fourth one, it's the one that's really manifested, that was just the best, and you didn't even had that in your vision, like you just didn't even know that it's possible. And we've had several examples of those recently, that we were planning how to sort out certain things, and we put, okay, that's one opportunity possibility, that's another one. There was something off about them, like they just couldn't really manifest. This one didn't work out, this one didn't work out. Finally something really manifested, but it was nothing that we really took into account before. So that's why it's like this is this element of surprise that you cannot plan those things, especially we talking about this evolutionary process. Normally the solution that you're supposed to, or maybe choice you have to make, this is something that you didn't really thought before. This like, that's how we create, like before we didn't even have it in our mind that it's possible this way. But that's how you break the pattern, right? Like you just, you experience something very new, yet you didn't even know that it's existent. So that's how the part of the expansion. But one other thing I was just telling, I wanted to tell why we have those those moments of separations and just those individual parts, it's, I believe this is the only way how those new relationships can be lasting, you know, how to ensure that the evolutionary process will be continuing even if you're in a relationship. Because very often what happens today, it's people are in a connection or in a relationship, but they start to regress, you know, they start to just, they're becoming more stagnant, and instead of evolving, they're becoming more bored, more tired, more like there is no freshness, there is no newness. So people will be associating the relationships with stagnation, and they will be, oh my god, if I was on my own, I would grow, I would expand, you know, I wish I was on my own. So this is the only way really we can try to create those new types of relationship that, yes, you can maintain close relationship with someone, but at the same time you don't have to sacrifice your own expansion and growth. Because I remember like those karmic relationships, that's how they feel, right? Like you're sacrificing your own individuality for the sake of maintaining the connection, and you maybe wish that, oh, I hope it's gonna end soon because I feel like I need to grow a little bit more, I'm not growing here anymore. So I believe this is just a natural path, and just the sooner you will be open towards this, having your own personal space and just communicating that with your partner, and just not being afraid to talk about your vision and your dreams and what you want to achieve, because the right partner will understand and they will support. And most importantly, it will also be supported by those third energies that we were explaining, because this is in the best interest of evolution. So
Yeah, so good. I love the connections and the energies of understanding and awareness. They're coming together with this. Here's another kind of like a tip for you guys for understanding the interdependence and the positiveness that comes in when you learn and practicing interdependence. Both you are going to be evolving in the relationship, and at the same time, you're going to be evolving in a personal level because the one doesn't interfere with others. See, this is how you will practicing the part of the love. You're not suppressing the evolution of your partners, they don't suppressing your evolution. And with all this interdependency, you understand that you, as a Paulina said, you don't have to sacrifice here. Here, there is no sacrifice. In the interdependence course, in there, the partner automatically understand you don't have to. You will actually go to your partner, as I went to Paulina. He's like, baby, you don't have to sacrifice. I don't want you to sacrifice something for our connection. I want to cooperate. We need to learn this cooperation. No, if that has to be that way, and you feel like you sacrifice in there, it's not right. Stop. We need to stop here. Let's take a look. Let's take a together. Let's talk. This is how we learn. We're not learned by all of a sudden we read and we got illuminated and so forth and so forth. There, we learn it through properly understanding the energy. So what is it the evolution is asking us to evolve? That's what this is. It's the same way. It is like I don't have to sacrifice myself. I have to understand to cooperate with her. As I cooperate with her, I cooperate to support us part with her individual part in there as she understands that she works for us part and my personal stuff that I need to do. And that is it, the beauty of the freedom. And then all that evolution is coming in together for a lot of the people mistaking that, and they have a fear of being within their twin flame, that they're gonna, their personality, their personal personality will die in there because they have a fear of merging. No, they don't have a fear of merging. They have a fear of that their personality is going to be suffocated, that their personality may be affecting the us collective in there without properly understanding all this. Some of the people are fearing their twin flame. They're running from themselves. You see, it's so much of you understanding all these dynamics. But when you understand the dynamics of the interdependence, all this, it's kind of like a beginning to be flattened and out and there. All right. Karen, for me, it is comforting through that there is no goal or right road. Just flow in this journey, get surprised, amazed, graceful, humble, and enjoy. Exactly. Enjoy the ride of the river of life. It's set in so many books in there. You can't control the way the river is going to go. The river is going. Can you control the hoops and the loops through the river? No, you can't. The only thing you can do is navigating your boat with the flow of life. That's it. Yes, you may stop your boat, may take a break. You can go out there in the shore, right? And then you see like, oh, well, I'm not progressing. What I'm doing here, I have to get back into the boat, right? So this is what is. You have to be humble, to enjoy that. So enjoy the ride in there for Karen. And again, very good topic. Thanks. Very good. Thank you, Karen. Lorna, this channel is evolving, and it's so exciting to you to have this community. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you. Exactly, Lorna. You and Paulina talk about this new evolution, but this evolution in twin union. Very happy with that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes, and I agree. I'm very grateful for us all. Exactly. We're all working together. But you need to understand, as we are doing this interdependence, you're going to be over time understanding the part of the interdependence. It's begin as within you and a society within you and the universe. Okay. And then you're going to understand that the both sides of the universe is also is going to be working within the collective in there. A lot of the people don't put into the collective. They still have the me part. And that's where the collective is so messed up because it's still we're operating from the ego. A lack of unifications in there. But that is going to be changed, I believe, within the age of Aquarius because over the time we're going to learning that's what screw up the world, the me part, a lack of unifications in there.
Yeah, but I wanted just to clarify, you can
Yes,
have me part that comes from ego, but you can have this me part that it's intuitive and tries to achieve something here. And I know because that's we learned this. We learned to discern me part that's coming from our individual needs and me part that it's related to your, let's call it mission or things that you want to achieve here and you came here to achieve. So you see, we cannot really withdraw from anything that is individual. If you have something on your own to achieve, it's still me part. But I really believe like that can also actually you don't have to follow this, but it's almost like path of least resistance. That there are certain things that can benefit, even if it's related to this specific person, to that one partner. Let's figure out this path, and then once this one is wrapped up, let's focus also on the path of our partners, how we can support each other with this.
exactly. All right, guys. Well, if you have anything for us up here, if you have any questions, if you have something that you feel like I need to understand more, or I need to be, oh, guys, can you talk more about this advanced things or that things, or can you explain us of some? However, in your cases, don't be afraid to send us a comment below the video, or you can reach us out through our website in there in our website, which is posted below. There is a contact form. You can go ahead, you can do these things in there, and that way we are able to understand and you where you are, but also that's going to benefit in there um, as the collective for and Karen, Lorna, let's meet together in Spain. Sí, hola, vámonos. Yeah, Spain is good. Yeah, the energy is very good. For yeah. If it's meant to be, guys, what happened in there. This is one of the things that we understand if we don't push and rushing for certain things. And this is a when your understanding of the certain things happens on a divine purpose and divine timing. And that it doesn't matter of this me part. And the
Mhm.
evolution will call for the proper evolving of us part. Because the development of that us part in a personal level will determine the us part as a society. But that is another level of interdependence, how you are achieving as a couple within the society. So this is going to be a whole process in the next 2000 years, guys. So don't put pressures on yourself. But the more you better understand it, the better will it.
Yeah, this impatience is the main thing because people are afraid that if they don't focus on certain thing right away, they won't have enough time to achieve it in this lifetime. Well, we forget that sometimes we have these paths of least resistance that if you're tapped into the right flow of energy, you're gonna be manifesting those things like 10 times faster because there will be opportunities for that. It's really more beneficial, more effective just to really go with the flow. And if you are here to achieve certain things, you will, but you won't have to drag it. You won't have to go against the flow and feeling like you have to really push through. But it takes a little bit of like training yourself not to be impatient and not to be afraid that, oh my god, if I let go of this thing it won't have a chance to manifest. No, it's just taking like kind of discerning the right time for right things.
Exactly.
Mm.
Evolution is going to be telling you when the things is going to open up. Because when you're not ready and you try to force yourself to a door that it's actually locked, guess what? There is a problems in there. But when you are ready, you just go next to the door and the door just automatically opens up. You don't have to do very much. It does it on its own. The evolution said you are ready to transfer yourself from one side to the other. The portal is open. Okay. What it's mean portal? Portal comes from the word porta, which is mean door in there. And that door, when it's opened, once the evolution, the divine opens the door, no one can shut. But when a door is closed, no one can open. You begin to understand this because you're going to have also from this personal situations that interdependence, you're going to be learning the interdependence between you and the divine, the us in the divine, your partner themselves as a personality with the divine. You understand this interdependence portion that is so beautifully created, but we did not practice it. We did not practice it. Why? Because we never understood it the proper way of interdependence. So that's all I have for you guys. I'll appreciate you and thank you so much. And be love, guys. Be love, work on your journey, and we're here for you.
Now thanks for a great chat. Like I loved all the comments and let's keep the community growing. Lorna, you're right. And I'm really happy for more people, all the people who are crossing over and they're happy to listen to us. Let's keep moving.
Exactly. Keep moving forward. And here's some little love from us, guys. Be love.